guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're doing a recap and review of Married at First Sight season 12 episode 13, Unanswered Questions with Chris and Paige. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button and drop a comment down below. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So as we know, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal met with the couples. One of those couples, of course, was Chris and Paige. And Paige had the opportunity to have a sit down with Dr. Pepper. And actually, this is the first time, I think, out of 13 episodes that we actually got to see Dr. Pepper. Because we, of course, saw Dr. Viviana, and Pastor Cal has been popping in and out as well. However, it started off, with Dr. Pepper pretty much telling her, what their hopes were for both her and Chris. And we thought that they were going to be fabulous together, and everything that we matched up and put on paper we thought you guys were going to be great together. However, it has been the contrary. So one of the things that Paige brought up was the situation that happened on the honeymoon, where Chris had said to her that, he might still be in love with his ex, because at this point we found out, or she found out, that he had a child on the way. And one of her statements was, how could he actually be a part of trying to get married to someone when he didn't close that previous chapter within his life with his ex? And, of course, Dr. Pepper was like, yeah, we only know what he put on paper and what he said and whatever the situation is. And then they brought up the whole thing with Mercedes, because of course, Dr. Pepper wanted to know what that all was about. Because remember, he said that he was trying to get back with Mercedes, but Mercedes was like, she has no intention of that. And of course, she wanted to know, Dr. Pepper, that is, what was that all about? And even Paige said, I'm not sure what that was about. Now, there's so many speculations with conversations, of course, that I've seen on social media and with folks talking that, maybe there was him trying to get an excuse of getting out of the marriage, because we already know from the beginning, which we'll talk about in a minute, it came back up, but the issue of attraction, that, or the lack thereof, that he claimed that he had. But the thing is that Paige really wanted to work on this marriage and be a part of this, and it just didn't go that way. And of course, it's disappointing to both of them. And even Dr. Pepper called him a narcissist. Let me know what you guys think. So now we see Pastor Cal over here yawning, because I guess Chris was supposed to meet up at 7 o'clock. It's now 7:43. And at this point, Pastor Cal is like, okay, is this a wrap? I guess he's not coming. I don't know why he was late. A lot of people saying maybe he's being disrespectful. And there was some folks saying maybe he was at work. I don't know. I can't say either way. But he showed up. And so the conversation, of course, started off, with introductories. But it definitely went to a different switch when Pastor Cal called him on everything that has happened in these past, I think we're at this point 34, 35 days into the marriage. And Pastor Cal brought up, hey, dude, I know you mentioned yourself before that you and Paige line up with everything on paper. And, Chris said, exactly, everything's lined up on paper, but... And Pastor Cal, well, what is it then if everything lines up? And Chris's response is again, it came back up of the attraction. And what he said is the physicality. And the physicality, part of that being her face. And that he's, if he was to see her in a bar or at church, he wouldn't be interested. And, Pastor Cal is like, look, attraction grows over time. And he said, yeah, I do know that, but it's just that, even though we might have a lot in common, I'm just not attracted to her. Guys, let me know what you think about this, because, he's definitely, like I said, like Brett from season 11, very brutally outspoken about his thoughts and how he feels. And for some people, what he says can be a little abrasive. And in other cases, some people look at it as downright rude, because when he described Paige, he just said her face is like, ooh. And, I mean, as Pastor Cal said, you're not in your best light right now. And, Chris admitted to it. He said, yeah. And the other thing, before I move on to that, what do you guys think about that? I know everybody is not attracted to everybody, and vice versa. Attraction can grow. But for some people, is it a situation that no matter how good it is on paper, that if you're not connected or attracted, it's just not going to work? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, because I want to know what you guys think on that subject. There's another person that have a similar situation, and we all know who that is, and that's Haley. Haley has the same issue with Jacob. She has an attraction issue. She's not connecting with him. They don't even know each other. That's in a separate video. But these two are similar in the aspect of that they do not find attraction in their partners. So let me know what you think. A lot of people are upset about how he reacted to this, including Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper. But can a person truly get past attraction even if everything else is great? Or vice versa. Can you be with an attracted person and then everything else on paper is not connecting? It could go both ways. So let me know what you guys think. The other thing is that Pastor Cal brought up is that he needs to kind of reevaluate and think how his approach is when it comes to relationships, because he's already been engaged twice, and in each case it did not work out well. I think the first engagement was in his very early 20s, and then of course the recent engagement in early 2020 in February with Mercedes Myrick. So he maybe need to look at that. Why is it that when he approached a particular scenario, a wedding or getting married, why is it that it just does not come to fruition? And, the other thing is Pastor Cal wanted him to owe her an apology. And Chris felt that he didn't owe her an apology. And he also blamed the experts with all of the black queens, Hispanic queens, and white women. You guys had to choose out of everybody in Atlanta, her. And he said he's not picky. Pastor Cal was like, yeah, right, you're not picky. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think. He's very outspoken about what he wants. At the same time, it's coming across abrasive. And I also understand Paige's side, because she came into this situation looking to be married, and it just did not connect with the two of them. I mean, the incompatibilities, maybe on paper it looks good, but I mean, I know I talked about this before. Zodiologically, they're not a match. She's a Cancer, he's a Libra. I mean, Libras are very blunt, balanced. They like harmony. If it don't match up, it don't work. And of course, Cancer people are extremely sensitive and family oriented. So, it's going to be interesting to see where these two go, because we all saw that clip that's coming up at the end on decision day, where pretty much it sounds like Paige is singing his praises. So I don't know what has happened. I think we got like 2 episodes left before decision day, because I think the new season of Unmatchable started on the 21st of April. So, I mean, we're coming down to the wire. What was this flip? What was the change that had happened between the two of them where, they're undecided? And if I'll link that video, because I actually have that clip that was in the mid-season recap that, Kevin did a couple weeks ago. So, of course, Pastor Cal at this point is like frustrated. I mean, Chris is taking it very lighthearted of the situation. He wants to be done. Let him be done. That's all I can say. As for Paige, she, from what we saw in this clip, I mean, she looks really stressed out. You need to protect your emotional health, both of them. I know Chris has stated in Instagram and I think in Clubhouse that he's currently in counseling. She is also currently in counseling, which is absolutely great. Mental health is extremely important. Your health is your wealth. So, it's good to hear that they are now 7 months removed from the show, actually looking back at this and doing some things to help them after coming out of such an experience. That's one thing about this experiment. You don't know who they're going to match you up with. Sometimes it's work and it's great. I mean, we have 12 couples that have made it over the past 11 seasons. And then you have those couples that it just did not work, but they ended up moving on to other relationships where they're either now married, engaged, or they're just extremely happy. So let me know what you guys think. This was a very interesting episode. The other couples had their chance, and Paige, I wish both of them the best. As I always say, I wish it could have worked out with these two. Where do you think it's going to go from here? What's going to happen next week? I didn't see them in episode 14 preview. So we'll see what's next for Chris Williams and Paige. All right, so let's do a post notification. This one goes to Rachel Johnson. If you want to be shouted out, drop a comment. I will see you and shout you out. But thank you for engaging in the channel, Rachel. So until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.